God's standards away from our young people. Now, are our young people, is our nation better for this? No. No, we're in trouble, friends. We used to have teachers that would, my school, when I was growing up, they led in the Lord's Prayer. Public school, led in the Lord's Prayer. Now, people would say, oh, but Franklin, listen, what difference does it make if the teacher doesn't believe in God and they're up there leading a prayer that they don't believe in? It's not their prayer, it's the Lord's Prayer. And God uses His Word, but we've taken His Word out of our schools. Now, we've taken the Pledge of Allegiance in many schools across the country don't even have the Pledge of Allegiance. A shame on it. All of this is gone. My father said in 1976, he said, get involved in the political process. He said, this coming year is an election year. He said, I'd like to challenge every deeply committed American who's qualified to think about running for political office. He said, I don't believe that we as Christians should withdraw. We need men and women of integrity, Christian commitment, who will run for political office this coming year, no matter to which political party you belong. People say to me, Franklin, how about separation of church and state? Our forefathers never intended for us to leave our faith out here on the steps if we worked in that building. They never intended that. Here's what separation of church and state is all about. Most of our forefathers came from Europe. We've got somebody back here that needs help, right? All right, right back here. We got somebody back here. We got some folks who need it. All right, somebody's coming to you right now. They're coming. But our forefathers, separation church and state, listen to me. My forefathers came from Scotland. Many of you came from other countries, all right? But let's say you came from France, all right? Well, the state religion of France was Catholicism. Now, if you were a German, the state religion of Germany was Lutheran. Now, in England, it was the Church of England. Now, the Church of England came up to Scotland, and the king came up, and he told those Scots that as the King of England, he was the head of the church. Now here's what those Scots said back to the King of England. The Scots said, no, it's the Lord Jesus Christ. He's the head of the church. Well, the king didn't like that. So he started cutting the heads off the Scots, right? Well, my forefathers weren't completely stupid. They just said, we're getting out of here. And so they got on a boat, and they came here looking for a new country to where they could worship God the way they felt God was calling them to worship, all right? Now, in our country, our forefathers gave us the freedom of religion. Now, the progressives, now anybody who comes to you and says, we are progressive, run from them. Because what they are atheists, okay? That's all, they're just atheists. All right, so when the atheists come, listen, or these people that progressives, be careful of what they say. And they are very, very shrewd. And when it comes to religion, they say that we have the freedom to worship. No. We have the freedom of religion. Now, freedom of religion means I can worship, but it means I can live my faith out in the public like we're doing right now. The progressives say no, you have the freedom to worship, which means you are restricted to the church. You can't come out into the public with your religion because you may offend somebody. You have to be quiet and can only do that in the church. No, our forefathers gave us the freedom of religion where we can live our faith 24/7 in the public, wherever we are. You see, I think it's the duty of Christian men and women to offer themselves for office. And I would like to encourage people, not only to vote, but I would encourage Christians to run. Now, it's too late for this political season to run, but start thinking about 2 years from now. Start thinking about running for a different job somewhere. Maybe God's moving you to a different position. Maybe into the state legislature. Maybe to be a city council. Maybe to be a mayor. Maybe to be on the school board. Now, we've talked a lot about the presidential elections. Now, it has been very entertaining. I promise you that. It has not been dull.